Hi everyone! Welcome to my channel. Today we're unboxing Korean succulents. I received my second batch of plants today. I just went to the post office. It's raining here in Zaporizhia, so my package arrived wet. But that's okay. I started unboxing the succulents. Here's what I've unpacked so far. I decided to show you how they come packaged. This package is indeed from Korea. It took 3 weeks to arrive. Here's some Korean newspaper. You can study the language and characters if you like. This is how they were wrapped. The first package I received was packed differently. Each plant was wrapped in a paper towel and additional padding. I suspect that was because it was still cool back then. Now they are just packed in paper. So, everything is packed like this. The plants are arranged tightly, with newspaper and extra paper on top. That's how they traveled to me. I'll show you what I've already unpacked and then finish unboxing the rest. I'll label the plants in the video during editing. For now, take a look at how Korean plants arrive so you can see how they handle shipping and transportation. From my observations with these two packages, the Echeverias and other succulents with thick leaves handle shipping the best. Those with fleshy, thick leaves are more transportable and don't stretch out during transit. They just spread their leaves a bit. So, this is an Echeveria that I just identified myself using Google Translate. It's called Pink Funky Gold. Gold usually indicates variegation. Instead of variegated, sellers often write gold. This one is indeed variegated. It's beautiful and arrived in great condition, as you can see. I really like it. Gorgeous. Next up is another beauty. I labeled it myself because some names weren't provided by the seller. Last time there were no names at all, just numbers. This time some names were included. Google Translate gave me the name Hermione Gold for this Echeveria. It's also variegated. Judging by the density of its leaves, I think it's an agave-like variety. Since it didn't stretch out during shipping, I assume it's an agave-like type. It's also very beautiful. I liked it in the photo, and it didn't disappoint in person. As you can see, the roots are thoroughly cleaned and trimmed. That's how they travel. Now, the one that didn't handle the journey well, stretched out and turned into a bit of a mess is this Echeveria. It's called Cristy and Ryan. You can read the name here. I might not label the plants during editing if I show each one to you now. So, here's this wonder of nature. It's also a variegated form. It doesn't look great now, but that's fixable. With bright light, it will become beautiful. I received the previous batch of succulents about 2 months ago. They already look very nice. The next succulent, which also looks great after a long trip, is Cremnosedum Little Gem. It's also variegated, as you can see. Here's one cutting and another cutting. Such beauties. Really nice. These little ones. Moving on. This is a very beautiful Echeveria. Ignore my hands. This is my antidepressant kitty. This is Echeveria Angel Wings, variegated and crested form. This is how it looks. Very beautiful Echeveria. You can't tell from this specimen now, but I have a baby from the last batch. It's already recovered, spread its leaves, and looks great. I really like this variety. I haven't touched anything here, just opened it and showed you this beautiful angel wings. And here's another one. angel wings, not crested, also variegated, but not crested. It also stretched out, of course, but once it recovers, it will be very beautiful. By the way, on this specimen, look, it's like someone painted it green. Very beautiful. And this one doesn't have that on this specimen. Though here, right, but it's not paint. It's true variegation. I started to doubt. I thought maybe, what if the gardener painted something? But no, it's all natural, all natural. And here's another specimen I have. Like this, such beauties. See, also without roots, without anything. But I can already conclude that Korean succulents root well. Produce new growth just as well as those bought from Ukrainian collectors. Here's another Echeveria I already unpacked. It also stretched out a lot. This is Echeveria Primadonna. Such a beauty. This one almost has no variegation. We'll see how it goes. This is all one bush I bought. See, it's like a small tree. And here in the middle, it's a bit dried out. Like this. Such a beautiful Echeveria. I have another similar one from the last batch. It's Hanaikaida, variegated. I'll show it later. Very beautiful, similar to Primadonna, but the leaf shape is different, more cylindrical. Overall, a beauty. Now, I'll finish unboxing the rest and show you everything. So, I've unpacked all my succulents. I'll say right away, there were some losses. But of course, that was to be expected. After all, they spent 3 weeks in transit. I wanted this Echeveria. It's Lenor or Carousel, a very beautiful variegated variety. It was supposed to be a cluster, but this is all that's left. I received this mess. Well, it happens. At least one survived. By the way, this is how they pack with padding when it's cool. But they probably rotted not because of this. Maybe something was wrong from the start, or maybe just because of the journey. I have a suspicion, just a guess. Maybe the seller suspected something because this beautiful Echeveria, called Jade Star. I didn't order 4 of them, I ordered 2 Echeverias. They're very beautiful, but I ordered 2. I'm sure of it. It's a variegated agave, like rosette. See, it already has roots. Just plant it and you'll have beauty. When I unpacked, I was a bit surprised, to say the least, because instead of 2 rosettes, there were 4. So, I think maybe the seller suspected something and sent me 4. Although this one might be different. Well, they look very similar, right? Like twins. Almost identical. Only these have a very dark edge. And this one doesn't. Maybe it was just in a different spot. Anyway, that's it. So now I have 4 Jade Stars and 1 Lenor. So, who else did I unpack and not show you? This tree-like, one with leaves sticking out everywhere. This is Graptoveria Mrs. Richards variegated. Beautiful, beautiful lady. Right now, her beauty isn't very noticeable because the leaves are sticking out everywhere. Holding it in my hand feels like holding a piece of wood, but once planted and adapted, I think it will be a very beautiful plant. And these separately, I don't even know will be extras. I don't need that many. Sorry for the lack of sharpness, my phone isn't cooperating. But you see, they're sturdy. By the way, now you know how Koreans send plants. They trim everything, wash all the roots. So, at least the packages get through. The next Echeveria is Echeveria Dentra Jam Variegated. Here it is. You can't tell much now, but it was beautiful in the photo before shipping. It stretched out a lot during the journey. I'll show you when it recovers on the balcony. Oh no, the top is fine. I thought something was wrong with it. So, this is Dentra Jam. The next one is a huge cluster. I didn't expect them to be this big. Oh, this is called Dr. Butterfield Gold. Also variegated Echeveria. Very beautiful. It has an ashy blue color, a bit of lilac variegation. But again, because of the leaves sticking out everywhere, it's hard to see. Once it forms a rosette, it will be prettier. I'll show you later when I'm in the mood. The next beauty, which I really wanted, is the variegated form of Echeveria Blue Surprise. See, it says Blue Surprise, but this is the variegated form. It's really cool. It also suffered a bit during the journey. Luckily, the package arrived in 3 weeks. It could have been worse. It suffered in that its center is wet. I didn't wash it. There were leaves here that became transparent, so I removed and discarded them. There's still a wet spot here, which needs to be dried. In short, it started to rot a bit. It's good that it can dry out now and be fine. Another week in transit, and I would have lost it. It's very beautiful. I'm wiping off some of the coating. No worries. The coating will come back. Beautiful. So that's that one next. I didn't expect this size either. This one is huge. This is Echeveria Silk Road Variegated Cristata. Silk Road. Interesting name. It's a variegated Echeveria in crested form. There are 2 huge crests, which I'll probably divide because there's no place to put such a big plant. It's very beautiful, not so much now, but it will be. It was beautiful in the photo, but it lost a lot of leaves from the crest. You can see the variegation striped. These leaves will probably die. These ones. They're semi-transparent. Transparent leaves are a bad sign. They die off. Like these. But it's okay. As long as the top is intact, and the stem is fine. Not the roots, but the stem. There are no roots here, yes. So, who haven't I shown? Haven't shown you. Yes, haven't shown you. This is Echeveria Moon Fairy variegated. Very beautiful, with dense leaves. As you can see, it didn't stretch out during the journey, just spread its leaves a bit. In the sun, it should recover fully. I have 3 of these. That's too many for me. Usually in photos they look small, but these are huge. It already has roots, so plant them in soil and they'll be great. I cut off the long legs, they're not needed. Long legs, without them, the tops will look prettier. Another Echeveria I'll show, I think I've shown them all, is variegated Echeveria Ester, which I really liked, so I bought it when I saw it. Among them, there's an albino. It's not viable on its own, only in a cluster. So either leave it or discard it, or wait for it to die and then discard it. We'll see. Well, I've made a mess here, but that's expected. Who's this? Oh, a little ester fell off. Like this. I think I've shown everyone I wanted to. I'll show a bit more. Beauties. They'll be even prettier. Those I received earlier have already recovered. I trimmed the tops of some after they rooted, but I'll show that in a balcony video later. I'll also show some labels for those interested in the names of the varieties. Here, I think this one suffered the most during the journey. The others are more or less fine, except for this variety that completely died. That's all. I've shown everyone. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. I'll definitely show my Hoyas. I know I'm not showing Hoyas right now, just not in the mood. Sorry about that. Thanks a lot for your support and for your kind words. I wish everyone peace. Glory to Ukraine! Glory to the heroes! Everything will be Ukraine! See you in the next video.